I just wanted to give a couple of quick memories because I was fortunate to be at that first show in Vegas. I was also fortunate to be at the ticket sale party. I've told that story in a couple of different places before. But I always will remember going into Vegas and Dave being like, should we go? And I was like, this is the origin story of this new company. Dave had all of this information before anybody else did. I had to keep quiet, myself, even though I knew so many aspects of AEW before AEW, even ran their show. And so I was like, look, you know this stuff. This is the origin story. We should go. We'll talk to people. We'll experience the whole thing. And so we go, and I think we were there for like less than 24 hours. We were we had a room that we rented, and we were in the room for like 4 hours maybe before we jump on the flight. Like, it was a long night.
Yeah.
So, we had the interview with Tony Khan. He was not like, if you think Tony Khan is awkward on camera now, like, this is before he really had to do any of this. And so it was like his first attempt. I think, thinking back, sweating, not really able to answer stuff. So he was kind of embarrassed. I know it was rough for him because it was rough for us. But then, he got a lot better at it, and we had some pretty good conversations over the years. And I will always remember, we're walking over to the press conference, and I see the sign that goes like media, like there's like an arrow you got to follow. So I'm following it. And then all of a sudden I look around, I was like, where's Dave? And all of a sudden I see Dave sneaking down to some area. And then I go follow him, and this is where all the wrestlers were. I was like, what, where are you going? So, someone, whether it's Jericho or whatever, probably just told him, yeah, hey, come over, we're over here. And so I still had to cover some stuff. I was shooting video. So I go back to where the media is, and I'm not going to name this person's name. I've probably named this person on a show before. I've named this person in the Discord, but I'll just say another pro wrestling media person who thought that they were, bigger than everybody else who were there at the thing. Was very frustrated that all of the media kind of had to be in one area. And after this press conference was over, all the interviews that were happening were scrums. So think of Brandy comes out, and there's like the remaining 15 wrestling reporters are there, and you get to kind of just pitch questions at her. And so this media guy was just so appalled that he was not allowed to do these one-on-one interviews. And, I'm going to wait for Kenny Omega, but after that, this is BS and blah, 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 blah. And so I was kind of smiling inside because I knew that we had Kenny Omega, me and Dave and Kenny Omega. We just had to get through these scrums. Mm-hmm. So I go back, and, we're waiting, and Kenny Omega is like, yep, I just got to do this scrum. Dave, I'll once we're done with this, then we'll go back and we'll do the interview. So he walks about 5 paces, turns around, and he's like, screw the scrum. Let's go do the interview. And I know that this media guy was probably none too happy, but it's just the really good memories from that time frame, just because when you're there at the beginning of something and a lot of information, and I know the people that Dave was talking to at that time, and hearing other people sniff around, and they have like little nuggets of stuff, and you kind of want to steer them in the right direction, but it wasn't my information. It was all Dave. So I was like, I can't really say anything. But that was a wild time. So it was really cool just to kind of be around the very beginning of what they're doing. Who, I didn't know were they going to succeed. And here we are 5 years later. And, it's been a little bumpy of late, but the fact that they're still here and they're still running what Tony believes is a successful business, and good for them. And, I hope that they're around for, as long as Tony wants them to be around, because I think they can be for as long as he's willing to foot that bill. Even if they don't really make a lot of money, if he's okay with a little bit of losses here and there, this seems like his dream job. So I hope AEW is around for a very, very long time.